Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my college theater experience. So to start off with, I'm going to talk about my background in high school. So I did not go to a high school that had a lot of theater. Whenever I was a teen, I went to two different high schools. One was where I met my husband and all of my great friends from high school. So one had theater and the other did not. My future husband and I were trying to go to college in the same place. Or we were hoping that we could go to college in the same place because we were doing long distance whenever we were in high school. So for about a year and a half we did long distance, and I can do another video about that if you want. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see a video about the long distance that we went through whenever we were in high school, because there's a lot there. So my husband went on a whole bunch of tours throughout Oklahoma because I was living in Texas and he was living in Oklahoma, and he was really interested in East Central University. We both applied for their Presidential Leadership Program scholarship. His twin brother also applied for it as well. We all three interviewed and it went well because all three of us got it, which was incredibly rare. It was incredible because it gave us full tuition, scholarship, and full room. Not board. So that costs money also. So just keep that in mind. If it's a really great scholarship, look at what it doesn't cover. You know, if you get a great scholarship to a really expensive college, think about how much it actually covers. I auditioned for another program, but there was no audition requirement for the actual program. So I auditioned to get into two different basically choirs. One was an actual choir and one was a show choir, and I did that for the first full year that I was there. I am not a choir baby, and I'm still not. If you love choir, I'm sorry, because I did not. I did it once whenever I was in 6th grade, and the instructor hated me in the 6th grade, and that was the end of my love for choir. But I love musical theater. So, I started my Bachelor of Arts in Communication and Performance Studies with an emphasis in musical theater and a minor in dance. That's a kicker here. Bachelor of Arts is much, much different than Bachelor of Fine Arts. Fine Arts is going to be a much more rigorous program, and to me, that's the one that you're going to want to do, rather than Bachelor of Arts. It's just kind of gen eds alongside some theater classes. It wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be, but it was free. Kinda. Remember the whole no board thing. So take a look at your scholarship. Going into college, I had a lot of expectations about what it was going to be like. Think Pitch Perfect, and it was going to be perfect, emphasis on perfect and pitch perfect, and I was just going to sing my way through college and it was going to be awesome. There were a lot of aspects of it that were awesome and a lot that weren't, so we're going to kind of get into all of that today. Again, like I said, I did a show choir that was kind of like Pitch Perfect, but again, not quite, because we were in a very small town in Oklahoma rather than whatever. I think it was Boston University that Pitch Perfect was supposed to kind of resemble. I am very obsessed with the Pitch Perfect series. Holla about Pitch Perfect 4. The first show that I did whenever I started the program, let me see, I think I have the playbill, or not playbill, but I have the script right here. I did The Hobbit, adapted by Edward Mast, and I hope I have a picture that I can kind of insert here. It was ridiculous and a lot of fun. It was bonkers. Did you see the picture that I'm supposed to insert here? Bonkers. But it was a lot of fun and introduced me to a lot of people that would kind of carry with me along the whole way, and made like really, really great friends. And we all loved The Hobbit. That was the main thing that we were like, okay, I'm here for Tolkien. Then, okay, so I believe it was the final night of The Hobbit, so I am in again, this. And so I heard that the cast list had been posted for something that I had auditioned for, which was Fiddler on the Roof. So we heard, and there's rumbling in the hallway of like, oh, you're going to be so excited, you're going to be so excited. I got cast as Seidel, which was a really great experience. It showed me that I had a lot of growth that I needed to kind of do in musical theater. It was a really great experience. I got to actually communicate with Alexandra Silver about my experiences throughout that, because it did have its ups and it did have its downs, but going up there and seeing the cast list, and it was my first lead role, and it was something that was just unbelievable to see that. And I think everybody can kind of remember the first time that they have the role that they wanted, or to have like a successful kind of audition day. It's a really, really exhilarating feeling. I'm not Jewish, so it's kind of funny now. I don't know if that would exactly happen in the world that we live in today. But I don't know if I'm missing anything, so if any of my college friends are here, let a girl know if she forgot something. So then we went on to the next school year. So freshman year, in the books, something I would recommend is filling your summers with stuff. I went home every single summer, and I wish that I didn't. I loved going home, but you really need to be auditioning for those summer stock experiences. I didn't know about those, and I really, really wish I did, or I wish somebody had told me about them and had given me the courage to go for it, because that's whenever you're going to be trying to get your equity card, and be making connections and get some real life actual like experience. So do summer stock no matter what you like, or try to audition. So be sure to be on top of it and do your research on what options are available for you over the summer. I started doing the stage management for Wizard of Oz. That was a really great experience, learning about being a stage manager. So that was fun. It was a lot of work, but at the same time, I got cast in Medea, the classical play. I got cast as the messenger. It has like a 3-page monologue. I didn't learn it, and I tried to quit. I talked to the director. I was like, I can't do this. And he's like, you're doing this. You're going to be the best for it. Nobody else, like, you need to do it. The Wizard of Oz did not close until about a week and a half before opening night of Medea. So I had a week and a half to learn that. It was like dress rehearsal, and I didn't have everything figured out. We recorded the like day before our like final dress. He recorded the show for, our purposes to use, and I did not know it, and it was basically me having a panic attack that he was recording. Then the night of show happened, and I knew it. It's amazing what you'll do under pressure, but I would not want to do that again. So that was a really challenging time that I had. Then we went into, I think we did She Stoops to Conquer next. We did a 1950s twist on the classic She Stoops to Conquer, and it was so much fun, probably the most fun that I had in any production like thus far. So it was wonderful. So all of my friends all together, it was a great, great time. I think we did Legally Blonde next. So that was a really, really hard time. I got cast as a myriad of characters, and like the TV reporter, the shop girl, and it just showed that a year's worth of work, I was still kind of in the same place as I was whenever we did Fiddler on the Roof. And my dream is to perform on Broadway, and I hope that one day I will, but I'm still learning. And so that was so incredibly difficult because I worked really, really hard. So that was probably one of the darkest places that I had throughout the entire time that I was in college was during Legally Blonde. And a lot of people found community in that. There's the Delta News, and they bonded, and I was outside of that. And that was really, really hard. So it was a big challenge that I faced during college. After Legally Blonde, I did The Elephant Man, which I did the dramaturgy for, and I played, what was her name? Mrs. Kendall. So I have my script here. So I played Mrs. Kendall, and I played one of the the pinheads. And The Elephant Man, I did all the dramaturgy for it, so I delved into the world of The Elephant Man. It was also the time of like Jack the Ripper, so it's an incredibly interesting time period of history. And so I basically wrote like a 98-page book on all of my findings of The Elephant Man. So that was an incredibly interesting time in my life. So I also did research on the costumes and provided that in like the Edwardian period. It takes place like right before Downton Abbey period of England. Then we did Romeo and Juliet. So I got cast as Lady Cap, which I felt like was a surprise. I really, of course, you know, you want your Juliet and all that, but I had a really great time doing, let me rephrase that. Lady Capulet is a meaty, meaty role, and it's very, very hard. It was such a challenge to go to that place every single night for, you know, a month and a half, 2 months of, you know, spoiler alert, your child dying multiple times, and that's your experience. And, you know, it's not a stable relationship between Lord Capulet and Lady Capulet. You know, some people, I think it more so in the ballet world, have the theory that Tybalt and Lady Capulet were in a relationship, and we didn't play it that way. Lady Capulet was very, very isolated, and what she had was her daughter in my world, you know, in my Lady Capulet's world. So it was a incredibly interesting place to be in, and a very complex period of my life and my experience, and, you know, sort of living with her for a time. So after Romeo and Juliet, we went on to How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, and that was another trying period in my life. I really wanted to act a role for my senior project, and again, it was showing that I didn't make the progress that I needed to make in the musical theater sort of world. So at that point, you know, I knew that musical theater kind of needed to take a back seat in my life, and I really needed to transition and focus on film and television. But I will always be working towards musical theater, and I think it will happen one day because I'm going to put the work in for it. But it was a really trying time in my life, learning that, okay, so it's been 3 years of hard work, and it's not quite working. So let's reframe and let's readdress. At that point also, I was finding dance throughout this whole year. We had a really great dance instructor that came into East Central University and has been a mentor in my life, and I absolutely adore her. And so that was a really important aspect and kept me from feeling too far down, and it was a great outlet that I found, and a kind of a little bit of a passion that I never knew that I had because I had never really done dance before. And I'm so grateful that she took a chance on, you know, a lot of us in that program were not dancers. That was not our main focus. We had one dancer in the group out of the, like, what was it, 6 of us? And she took a chance on us and believed in us and taught us just the same as she would anybody else, because the arts should not be denied to anybody. No matter the level that you want to be at and the level you want to perform at, or if you want to perform or not, that shouldn't be denied to you, and you should have the opportunity to see that through as much as you want to. And if you want to do it professionally and make a career out of it, believe in yourself and find somebody that believes in you. Find a mentor or somebody that's going to help you and give you the knowledge that you need, even if those mentors are not physically located in your life, because I have plenty of mentors that are not physically where I am. I.e., Sierra Bagues, she's kind of the biggest one. Christy Altamar is really, really incredible. There's also a specific dancer. Okay, so I don't know exactly how to say her name, but there's one dancer, Stephanie Spies Roper. She started dance in college and is doing it professionally. So, there's so many other people. Martha Graham started whenever she was older. There are people who start late in whatever career field that you want to do, and it's just a lie that you can't. If you're meant to do it, you're going to do it, and just have the determination. So I was doing the makeup for Noises Off. I ended up doing that and the makeup for Romeo and Juliet as well, partnered with my friend Leah. So at the same time, I had written a play called Welcome to the Mansion, and it's a murder mystery, and it was so incredibly fun to do. I know that, I gave all of my friends heck about that, and it was a crazy wild time in my life. But after that, I graduated a year early, and that was because I took every class that was available to me all the time. I worked incredibly hard, and I had a great series of mentors that believed in me, and if I needed a class, I would ask for it, and they would darn tootin' give it to me because I asked really nicely and persistently. So I really appreciate all of the instructors that I had, that even though, the thing is, if you decide not to go to a bigger college, that's fine. Seek the opportunities that you can at whatever college you go to. I would suggest going to a 2-year first and then going on to a bigger school. But if you don't get in somewhere else. Take the most advantage of what you have in whatever place you're in. Because people that go to a big school may not work as hard as somebody who went to a smaller school, and they're going to be more determined than somebody that went to a bigger school. So you just never know. It doesn't really matter, I promise you. I have been trying to get into grad school, so those are 2 more stories, because I've auditioned twice for Brown University and also University of Central Oklahoma. So I'll do story times about those as well. But that is my entire college journey. That is omitting late nights with friends and, all of the different programs I was in, like Alpha Psi Omega, and getting engaged to my husband, getting married to my husband the day before college ended. So we graduated a year early together, and we got married. We were married while that happened. So that was really great, and I would not suggest getting married that young to everybody, but it's working out for us. So let me know what other sort of story times you want to hear, and if you want expanded stories about anything that I've touched on, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to follow me on my social medias, Tabitha Ann Carr and Tabitha Carr Rhodes. I don't know which one it is, Twitter or Instagram. But thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your day, a great Wednesday, and I will see you on Friday. Love you guys. Bye.